It starts trading on, maybe a week or two later. I don't know how quickly these things happen. And the price is going to go fucking bananas. It's going to go up so much because people think that all of a sudden, as soon as the ETF opens, there's going to be this rush of, creations into all these people who wanted to buy Bitcoin for the last, I don't know, over a decade, or all of a sudden, all rush into these ETFs. And if BlackRock and all these guys are going to be having these lift offers everywhere and buy all this Bitcoin.
Hey guys, welcome back to Everyday Finance. In this video, Arthur Hayes discuss about Bitcoin. According to Arthur Hayes, people should consider what their goals are, and mine is to own a financial resource to produce more fiat. Or is Arthur Hayes' objective to store energy in a hardened state? Currency that is not part of the system and is located in a separate financial network. If you wish to trade and make money, pick one. Additional fiat excels depending on where your money is kept. A Bitcoin ETF may be excellent if you have a lot of fiat. It is either managed by someone else or is sitting in a retirement account, and you are unable to access that money. Go out and purchase real Bitcoin, Arthur. Understand that it's a trading vehicle rather than a new financial instrument or a store value system. You are only attempting to obtain more vile bits of fiat money. If you want to escape the system, use the ETF. Wish to genuinely be financially independent and possess a valuable asset that holds its energy and purchasing power, have their own financial systems that are separate from traffic. Therefore, you have to take Bitcoin out of the exchange, and lots of things Arthur Hayes discuss. So please watch the video to end and share this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance. Thanks.
So
What would you advise somebody in that position?
So I think people need to think, what's your goal? Is my goal to buy a financial asset to make more fiat? Or is my goal to save in an hardened energy currency that's outside of the system and in a different financial network? So choose one. If you want to trade and earn more fiat, great. A Bitcoin ETF is great, depending on where your capital is housed. Maybe you have a bunch of fiat that's sitting in a retirement account, or it's managed by somebody, and there's just no way for you to get that money out and buy physical Bitcoin. I get it. Cool. It's a trading vehicle. It is not a store value. It is not a new financial system. You aren't escaping the system. You're just trying to earn more filthy pieces of fiat. Cool. Use the ETF. If you want to actually have financial freedom and a store of value that maintains its purchasing power and energy, it comes with its own financial system that is outside of TradFi, then you must buy Bitcoin, withdraw it from the exchange, and self-custody it in your own wallet. There are the only two choices, but you have to think about what you're trying to do. I have no idea, but what I do expect is that if this happens, and I'm still on the fence of whether or not, I don't know, some people are saying it's early January, whatever it is. There's some date next year that the ETF happens. So they're going to announce, okay, Bitcoin ETF is approved. It starts trading on, maybe a week or two later. I don't know how quickly these things happen. And the price is going to go fucking bananas. It's going to go up so much because people think that all of a sudden, as soon as the ETF opens, there's going to be this rush of, creations into all these people who wanted to buy Bitcoin for the last, I don't know, over a decade, or all of a sudden, all rush into these ETFs. And if BlackRock and all these guys are going to be having these lift offers everywhere and buy all this Bitcoin. That's not going to happen. Money was going to flow in, but it's not going to flow in to the extent that people expected to initially, at least. And so I think it's a buy the rumor, sell the fact kind of situation if you're a short-term trader. Over the long term, if we really are witnessing a mindset shift of the 60-40 portfolio, which is, I believe it's 60% equities, 40% bonds, whichever one it is. If that is really dead and investment managers start to believe that, and people are starting to be taught that in school, and schools like where I went to school, Wharton and Columbia Business School and Chicago and all these places, that's starting to be the thing that are taught to kids and investment managers. Then we're going to see trillions and trillions of dollars worth of bonds that are no longer going to be owned. That money is going to flow into crypto, and it'll be flow into one of these ETFs, because as an investment manager, again, you're trying to earn more fiat, not trying to support a new financial system. So you're going to use one of these derivatives to get your exposure.
If this occurs, and Arthur Hayes still unsure about it, some people are claiming that it's early January. But whatever the case, there's a date coming up year that the HF takes place. Therefore, they'll declare that Bitcoin ETF is authorized. Arthur have no idea how soon these things happen, but it starts trading on, say, a week or two later, and the price is going to shoot through the roof. It will soar because investors believe that as soon as the ETF opens, there will suddenly come tremendous surge of creations among all these individuals who have been interested in purchasing Bitcoin over the past, say, 10 or more years, going to suddenly pour money into these ETFs, followed by BlackRock, and these guys will all have to simply push offerings everywhere. And B, that's not going to happen with Bitcoin. Let's back to the Arthur Hayes interview.
So I am a pseudo ETH maxi. My thesis is the Ethereum network has the most amount of developer talent and energy surrounding it. It has obviously a very large market cap compared to other layer one decentralized blockchains, decentralized compute blockchains. And I think that moat is insurmountable from others, because whatever they say, oh, there's this one part of what Ethereum does, I can do it better, faster, whatever it is, I'm going to launch a new chain. And, investors who have gotten in early have done very, very well, but on the first run up. But can these networks actually deliver and get as many people as possible to build on their chain versus Ethereum, which is different than saying there is a Uniswap or a DEX on ETH, constant product AMM on ETH. I'm just going to launch one on Solana, on Say, on Avalanche, on pick your fucking layer one blockchain. I'm just going to copy and paste what I originally did on Ethereum. Now, that doesn't mean that there's not going to be some original primitives developed on these other chains, but as of right now, the majority of the creativity starts in Ethereum and then just copy paste it into these other chains. And maybe these other chains are able to optimize one particular facet of the DeFi economy, but I don't think any of them have the whole package. So Solana, obviously very good marketing. A lot of the actual applications built on top of it have very, very good UX, like the Phantom Wallet and stuff like that. Very, very energized community, and coming out of the whole SBF, FTX debacle, have sort of like re-energized this chain, and the thing's gone from like $7, now it's close to $100 or whatever it is right now. So it's a great momentum play. And so I jumped on momentum play as a trader and tried to hype it up because that's what I do. But at the end of the day, I bought Sol as a trading vehicle. I'm going to sell it and take the profits and do something else. And maybe I'll rebuy if it corrects down, $40 or $50 again, and ride it up again, because there is a lot of energy there. People really believe in this, and you can't not trade it. I like these sort of things. That's a great thing about crypto. It's so trend momentum focused that if you just buy into that vertical chart, you can make some money. In terms of decentralized compute power, I don't think Ethereum is money. So I know that wrinkles some in the ETH community. I believe that Bitcoin is the only real crypto money. Ethereum is the decentralized computer, and it's a commodity that runs this decentralized computer. And they're two distinct different things. I believe that in 2016, Ethereum community proved that they care about the computer more than they care about money, when after the DAO hack, they rolled back the blockchain to give people back their ETH because they cared more about the computer gaining traction and use case versus ETH being money, which is fine. Choose the vertical that you want to play in. It's fine that it's just a computer and not money. And so that's sort of my market taxology on these sort of things.
But what about now, where they have this new monetary policy and ETH is basically more it's deflationary, whereas Bitcoin is not?
Yeah, and I think if that got in the way, if ETH got too expensive and gas fees were too expensive, then they would do something to change that, because they care about usage. And so, yes, it's deflationary right now, but that can change. It was inflationary before, and they changed it to deflationary. So they changed the monetary policy to suit their goals. If they believe that's going to further the use of the computer, that's what the community is going to decide. If it needs to go back to inflationary again at some point in the future, I believe the community will decide to do that because it wants the ETH EVM to be the most used decentralized computer versus being the hardest form of cryptographic money.
Arthur Hayes realized that some people in the Ethereum community find it awkward. But Bitcoin is more valuable than Ethereum. is the sole legitimate cryptocurrency. The commodity that powers this decentralized computer is called Ethereum computer, and they're two very separate things in 2016. The Ethereum community demonstrated that when they roll back the blockchain following the DAO hack, they show that they are more concerned with the computer than with money. People backed their ETH because they were more concerned with the computer's use case and increasing appeal than with ETH being money, which is acceptable. Select the vertical you wish to play in. It's okay that it's only a computer and not money. Thus, that's my interpretation of the market taxonomy for these kinds of items. If you learned something from this video, then please like this video and subscribe our channel Everyday Finance. And we will meet in next video. Thanks